Okay, my friends, today we're going to hear the story of how Mother Ganga, the sacred river, came down to the earth. And this starts a long, long time ago when there was a great king, and he had to do a special ceremony with a horse. Let's look for our horse. Where's our horse? There's our horse. He had a very special horse that he needed for a very special ceremony. But Indra, the king of heaven, he was very jealous of the king and thought that maybe because of the ceremony that the king would take over heaven. So he made the horse run away, and the runaway horse went off, and the king needed that horse. So he sent all his sons. He had lots and lots of sons. Lots of sons. Let's just make believe these are lots and lots of sons. Lots of princes to go looking for the horse. And they went looking everywhere. Have you seen the horse? Have you seen the horse? And they found the horse, but it was near a sage, a wise man who was praying. And the horse just happened to go near the sage. And the princes, they made a mistake. And they thought that the sage was a thief. They thought that he had stolen the horse. So they went to fight the sage. And the sage, who was meditating, came out, and he was so angry that with his spiritual powers, he just looked at them and whoosh, turned them into ash. Turned them into ash. Oh, that was a mistake, because they thought that the sage was a thief. Well, my friends, years later, after those princes had been turned to ash, we had the great-grandson of the king, Sagara, and his name was Bhagirath. And Bhagirath was very upset. He was worried about his ancestors who had been turned to ash and whether they had gone to heaven. So he prayed and went to see the sage, Kapila, who had turned those princes to ash. And he asked them, please, sage, what can I do to make sure that my ancestors go to heaven? And the sage told him that the only way to just clear away, wash away all their sins and make sure that their ashes go up into the heavens is with the river Ganga, because it's so sacred, the waters. So you have to ask for the sacred waters of the Ganga to come down from heaven. So Bhagirath went and prayed and prayed and prayed. And before you knew it, the river Ganga was there. There she is. Do you see her? She's sitting on a crocodile or alligator. But her river, her waters were so powerful that they realized that they were fearing that it was going to wash away the earth. So, oh no, Bhagirath started praying. Please, please, I don't want the earth to wash away. And Krishna heard, and he sent his great devotee, Shiva. And he said, Lord Shiva, please help. So Lord Shiva sat right below the waters of the river Ganga and let the waters run through his hair to soften it, to make sure that the river Ganga waters, those sacred waters, could come to the earth safely. And those sacred waters washed into the ashes of the dead bodies of the princes, and their bodies went up into heaven. And that, my friends, is how the river Ganga, how sacred waters of the river Ganga, Mother Ganga, came down from heaven.